Legend, Lost Sector, we are getting the K1 crew quarters done on the moon. This is the easiest one to do, so I wanted to make sure I got the Legend guide out as quickly as I could before the Master one. I think I'm going to do a Master guide. You guys let me know if you want to see it. Legend is just so much better to farm, but we're rolling with Syntheseps, Strand Titan. Very, very good build. This is actually going to be one of my next build videos. I'm doing the Strand Hunter first, but yeah, I think this one is a lot of fun, so let's get into it. Starting off, this first room only has one Overload champion that will spawn in once we clear out most of the ads in this first area. Not difficult at all. With Strand Titan, we're rocking the Banner of War aspect, which is just unbelievably good. So we could get just a ton of healing. We can tank a lot of damage with having Woven Mail up almost all the time. You'll see I really like throwing these tangles around because every time we run through them, we get Woven Mail regenerated again. Every time we pick up an orb, Woven Mail gets regenerated. It is just so good. But yeah, this Overload champion did spawn in. We're just going to kill him with the machine gun for the most part. And then we can actually, you can see how much melee damage we can do with Syntheseps procced. It is awesome. So I'm not going to kill him here, but a few champions later, you're going to see just how much damage we do. We got two Shanks that spawn out of here, and then on the inside you want to be careful because there are two Exploder Shanks in here. You look around that left corner. Forgot about the one on the right. I've only done this 1,000 times. Still forgot about it, but we're moving on to the next area. Swinging our way through, and we want to clear out as many enemies as possible here because eventually a barrier champion is going to spawn in, a barrier servitor. So that means shields for all enemies, which we don't want. So the more enemies we can clear out, the better. And obviously we don't want Exploder Shanks running around. So there he is, barrier servitor spawning in. I am kind of hanging back here. I like having the high ground right here. It makes it just a little bit easier. But we're not too worried about this, again, because this is kind of a joke on Legend. If you know what you're doing, that is. But yeah, look. That did a lot of damage, and you'll see I hit everything besides the servitor, swiping those melees there, so he almost regenerated his shield again, but I was able to take him out. And now another wave of enemies come out. You can see all of the Strand projectiles from all the unraveling is amazing. Strand is just very, very good. But yeah, then we get a couple more Marauders that spawn back there. They can be more annoying on Master. On Legend, they're just kind of a nuisance. But one Overload up here, and he can easily be stunned with a machine gun and taken out. You do want to watch out for the snipers on the right side of the hill. They're sniping me right now. But with Banner of War active, I'm not really worried about it because I heal so often, even at Banner of War ×2. So we've got this zone locked down. We can take out those Tracer Shanks easily with a machine gun. And then this next zone here, we've got a few more Shanks with solar shields. They die instantly. And now this champion has to be probably the most annoying one of the Lost Sector because he's just got the high ground. I got kind of lucky here. He went off to the side. Normally he hangs around behind the columns there. But he wanted to get killed today, apparently. So just continuing to clear out these enemies here, and then eventually the boss is going to spawn in. Now these guys can be kind of annoying too if you're not careful. The arc damage, it is arc threat today, so we want to make sure we're having arc resist mods on because that will help. And there is the boss, just a big dumb Shank. Gonna get some damage off here, a lot actually, by using our blade arms, but then this barrier servitor comes to try to ruin our day here. But it's no worries. Once we get the stun, that is perfect timing to pop our super and just take him out. And any other ads that we want, the boss, just make an absolute joke out of it and then go run and grab the chest. You can run up the side if you want to avoid enemies, but these really aren't that dangerous at all. But that was Titan. Let's move on to Warlock. So we're rocking the Vesper of Radius, same exact build as yesterday, except we swapped to arc resist mods because it is arc threat today, so you want to make sure you have those on. Strategy is going to be similar to the Titan here. If you're skipping ahead, don't worry, I'm going to go over everything like you've never seen it before. We're rolling with Ecolos SMG Thunderlord, a little bit different than Titan, and then any auto rifle works. You don't even need the Ekalos SMG. I actually would have preferred using forbearance, but it's bugged right now with all the weapon glitches that are happening. It won't do the wave frame. It just thinks it's a regular grenade launcher, so I didn't want to use that. But yeah, just kind of hanging back here, let our Arc Souls do a lot of the work for us in our Rift. It makes it very easy to take out this initial wave. This first area just has one Overload champion that we have to worry about, and it'll pop out once we clear all the ads, or most of them. Just kind of seeing which enemies are there. There he is. Okay, so we are going to use our machine gun or any source of jolt damage to stun him / take care of him. Really, this is like the ultimate Overload build here, because Thunderlord also intrinsically stuns Overload champions. So you can't get any better than this. But yeah, watch out for those shanks there. There are 2 exploder shanks that I forgot about again right there. I was just getting so excited to progress forward, but this next area, we're going to want to take out as many enemies as possible, as quickly as possible. Not putting yourself in danger. Don't feel like you have to do that. But we have a barrier champion that is going to be headed our way that will protect all of the enemies. So, barrier servitor, very annoying. The more enemies he shields, the tougher he is to kill. So I like to clear out as many as I can. But there it is, headed our way. And, got kind of in a dangerous spot here with those marauders. Sometimes they spawn up there. You can feel free to hang back as far as you want here. You don't have to play this aggressively. I said the same thing on Titan. If this seems like it's way too much, just do everything that I'm doing in half speed and you're going to be fine. You don't have to take it this fast. I'm just kind of sitting back here right now, taking out enemies when I can. There are a lot that are shielded right now, so there's not too much I can do other than try to hang back, but we did get the stun off on the barrier, and now we can Thunderlord it to death very easily. Thunderlord is just extremely strong. Couple more enemies. Watch out for some marauders. Yeah, these guys, they will spawn behind you. They try and work their way behind you when you're not thinking. So if you can take them out, you're going to be totally good for that next section, where there will be 1 Overload champion and a bunch of other small enemies. If you have enough Thunderlord ammo here, you can feel free to use that. I don't know why I wasn't doing that. On the right side, across the way, you'll see 2 shanks that they're just going to continuously try to shoot you. You want to protect your right side, so as much as you can, because they are very annoying and they're easy to forget about. But just kind of hanging back here, getting that Overload down, and the shanks, there they are. They just popped out from the right. And then I decided to, instead of taking them out with the Thunderlord here, I just was like, you know what, I'm going to cross anyway. Feel free to just hang back. You don't need to jump across like I did, because that kind of put me in a dangerous spot, but it's legend difficulty. It's not that difficult. Whiff of the sentry right there, just completely missed all of those shanks, but we got it taken care of anyway. 1 barrier champion up here that we have to deal with. He can be kind of annoying when he hides behind those poles there, but he didn't this time. So if you are struggling there, stun the barrier when you can, and then take out all of the minions surrounding him. So each time you stun him, you can clear more and more enemies out, till eventually it's just going to be you and the barrier champion. But I'm kind of using these walls as cover here. Decently easy, only a few Vandals left, but remember, these do all shoot arc damage, and it is arc threat, so they actually can rack up a lot of damage very quickly on you if you're not careful. But there's the boss. Feel free to dump as much Thunderlord ammo here as you want, because we have no more Overload champions that are spawning in, so we're actually all set. But once we get the boss to about 60% HP or so, a barrier servitor will spawn in, and unlucky, got almost had him there, but I decided to pop my super just in case. We're going to go ahead and take out this boss while the barrier is stunned, and then progressively work our way back, because it is dangerous if you're not careful. See, the tracking is just ridiculous on these, but you can go back as far as you want. That's the nice thing about lost sectors. You're never really trapped in an area. We're going to let our Arc Souls do some work, take out this barrier once and for all. Sometimes they take a little bit longer to spawn their shield, which can be annoying when you have a million things shooting at you. But there's the boss. Instead of running straight to the chest, I'm going to go around here because we don't need to kill all those enemies. It's just a free shot right to the chest. Easily done, right at 5 minutes or so, 5 minutes, 23 seconds. Not bad. And let's move on to Hunter. So for Hunter, I'm rolling with the Certarachne's Facade. Very good strand exotic. Every time we grapple, we get woven mail. And you can see I'm missing some mods here because I don't know what's going on, but if I have all mods equipped, I have no armor charge capabilities, which is incredibly annoying. So I had to take some mods off. Not sure if you're struggling with that too, but as far as weapons, Quicksilver Storm, any hand cannon works, doesn't matter, and any machine gun, preferably strand or arc though. Alright, so we are getting started here. I always like to toss a dart out to get our whirling maelstrom going, just to clear out all the enemies. And don't worry, if you're just skipping ahead to this part of the video, you didn't have to watch the other two classes. I'm going to walk you through it like you have not seen anything before this. So as a hunter, Quicksilver Storm is good. It's not necessary at all. It just helps us get more tangles. Obviously it's strand, so it's going to work with our strand surge, but you can use any auto rifle you want here. Any machine gun too. Strand is just nice because we've got a strand threat. But for this spot here, we just have to clear out those enemies, then the overload will spawn in, easily take them out with the machine gun. And then watch to our left here, we're going to have 2 exploder shanks hiding, waiting for us to, waiting to kill us. But this next area here, we're only going to have 1 barrier champion, but we want to make sure we take out as many enemies as possible here, because eventually the barrier champion will spawn in and shield any enemies that are still alive. So you can see it comes with a little entourage right here, so we're going to clear out everyone if possible, and then work on the barrier champion once we can. But this top area is relatively safe. Sometimes you'll have some marauders that try to jump up and ruin your day. If that does happen, you can hang back as far as you want. And that is a kill on the barrier servitor. That grapple melee does a lot of damage. And it's also going to spawn in another tangle once you get a kill. So you can see I'm pretty much the entire time going to have a whirling maelstrom rolling around. You can see those marauders like to spawn behind you. So if you go through this tube area, just be mindful that they are going to spawn behind you. But up ahead, we've got 1 overload champion hiding behind that pillar there, whatever that is, a little rocket engine or something. Take out all the surrounding adds. Watch out for the tracer shanks on the right. They will try to kill you. You can see I'm kind of super scared for 1 second, but you can take them out with a machine gun, no problem. It's worth dumping some ammo on, or whatever you're using, it doesn't matter. You want those guys dead. If you see them, they're just going to continuously shoot at you until you are dead, and then you can handle this overload captain, no problem. And that is it for this section. This is definitely the easiest lost sector on the moon, as I mentioned in the beginning. 1 tangle just destroys those 3 solar shielded shanks. And then we've got 1 barrier champion. This is going to be the most annoying champion we have to deal with if he does go behind the pillar, which he can. Just kind of repeatedly regenerate his shield when you can't shoot him. And there are quite a few enemies that are there as well, so getting a clean shot on him can be difficult. You just want to make sure you stay safe. Take as much time as you need. It's completely fine. And you don't have to go for the flawless. It's completely up to you. It doesn't improve your exotic chances or anything like that, but there we go. Barrier champion is dead. I'm pulling out my tangle here just to kind of prepare for the next section. That is the boss, that shank up ahead. Once we get the boss to around 60% or so, a barrier champion will spawn in, so we got to be ready for that, along with a lot of other enemies. And so we're going to use this low ground here just to make sure we stay safe and kind of cover. But yeah, there he is. Spawned in a little bit early this time. Normally it's about 60% HP. I'm not sure exactly what triggers that, but he'll always spawn from back there. Just be ready for it. And usually what I like to do with the barrier champion up here is once I get the stun off, I will pop my super and just take him out, and then take the boss out. It's very easy that way. But you can see a lot of the enemies are making it difficult. They're jumping behind me, and I can't be quite as aggressive as I want, but I did get 2 tangles that spawned in, which will help passively clear out some enemies here. Kind of a scary spot, but you can always run back here, and no one's going to shoot you back here. Missed another dart there, which is unfortunate, but yeah, now we can kind of focus on the barrier champion, no problem. Clear out some of these enemies that are unshielded. And I think this next one is when I go ahead and super. There we go. You can see it just super easy to take out. Head over to the boss. It does so much damage. I am red bar health, but I'm also in super, so I'm taking much less damage. And that's it. K1 crew quarters is very easy. You should be able to get this done on Legend. Again, let me know if you want to see master guides, and I will go ahead and make that today. Otherwise, I will see you in the Discord or in the next video.